Hey guys, welcome back to the SRU Campus Rec YouTube channel. This is Alex again. So for this week's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on dynamic and static stretches for the chest. So this very first exercise that we're doing is going to be a chest fly. So we're going to start off standing, or if you want to, if you're trying to control the range of motion, you can do this sitting. What you see is I have my starting position with my arms out in front of me, and then I'm slowly drawing my arms back, trying to pull my shoulder blades together to get that stretch right along the chest. And with these, I'm doing it for about 10 reps, and I'm just trying to, with a lot of these active warm-ups, just trying to get some blood flowing into that region, into that muscle rather, that you'll be activating more with upcoming exercises. So moving on from there, we're then going to go into a push-up. So as you see, I'm getting down into this plank position, arms underneath my shoulders, and I'm going down, touching my chest to the floor, then coming back, then pressing out, rather. So, also when you're doing this, you just want to make sure that, as you notice here, I'm going to get a better position for you guys to see. Keeping my butt down, keeping my butt actually underneath of my shoulders, and my hips as well under my shoulders, and it's more of kind of using your toes at this point as a pivot, and as I said, going down and just touching my chest against the floor. So following the traditional push-up, we're then going to go into a staggered push-up. In this case, I'm getting back into that push-up position, but instead I have my right arm further in front of my left arm. When you're doing this will just activate the chest a bit differently, work a bit more of the shoulders when you're starting off. So, again, with these, I'm just touching my chest to the floor, keeping my hips down underneath of my shoulders. Also making sure when I'm doing these for both the traditional and for the staggered push-up, I'm doing both of them for 10 reps, and I switched, at least on the staggered push-up, halfway through so that my left arm was the more forward arm than the right one, as you saw with that first set. So, moving on from here then, I then have something called a Sven press. So, as you see here, I'm essentially just pressing my hands as hard as I can together. In doing this, I'm trying to really activate the chest, try and get a nice squeeze on the chest muscles to really activate them. If you're having problems sometimes with feeling like you're really activating the chest, this can be a really good active warm-up to do, just so you have an idea of how much tension you need to try and build up in the chest. So, moving on from the active warm-up, I'm then going to go into a wall chest stretch. So, as you can see, my arm hopefully being in frame, in this case I'm going to start off with my right arm grabbing a hold of the door frame. If you don't have a good door frame, you could also kind of get down on your knees, do this off of a chair or a desk if you need to. But as you can see, my arm is back behind me, and I'm just gripping the wall, and I'm slowly kind of twisting my body away from there, really trying to get that nice static pull on the chest. So for all these, I'm going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds, then switch arms. Also focusing on with, again, as I'm always saying with the static stretching across these sessions, you want to focus on your breathing, so you want a slow inhale through your nose for about 4 seconds, then a slow, deep exhale for about 6 seconds. In doing this, we're trying to get as far into that stretch as we can and really try and help out with relieving any tension that might be in the muscles after a workout. So, along with this variation, I don't do it here, but another variation of the wall chest stretch is to do it based off of just putting your shoulder blade up against the wall, having your arm bending at the elbow at 90 degrees, and then pushing the shoulder blade almost kind of into the wall. That could be another good way of performing this stretch. So in this next stretch, what I have is it's another behind the back stretch. However, in this case, you might have noticed at the beginning, I have my hands interlocked back behind my back, and it's actually running right up against my spine. And I pulled my arms up in this case as high as I could just to get that original deep stretch on the chest and shoulders. And then from there, I just pulled the shoulder blades back to the point where, again, it was about a mild discomfort on the stretch itself. So, moving on from here then, I then have a elbow to elbow grab. So from here, once you have your grab onto your elbows, what you want to try to do is slowly pull your shoulder blades together. This is just another way of stretching out the chest. So. Alright, so last but not least, for the last chest stretch we have today, it's just a behind the head stretch. So you notice I have my fingers interlocked back behind my head rather. I have my head in a neutral position, and I'm just slowly pulling again my shoulder blades back together. I'm trying to, in this case, trying to get them to touch, and I'm trying to get that real nice deep stretch on the chest. So. Alright, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know any comments down below.